Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming to Deb Chanel's 48's World, where we do reality shows. And the particular show we're going to go over tonight or this afternoon will be Thicker Than Water, The Tankards, Episode 7, Season 3, and it's titled Love, Marriage, and Madness. Okay, the group goes on a road trip to a cabin in Chattanooga, but Brittany and Brooklyn get into a fiery argument along the way. Also, Cyrene makes a startling admission, and a family tension arises. Ben attempts to plan an anniversary surprise for Jewel. Okay, as usual, we're recapping from the last episode, which included a family support meeting, anniversary, 15 years of marriage. They're going over that. Trying to figure out how they're going to celebrate it. Brittany and Dad talking about her baby blues. You know, we don't even want to go into that one. Brittany and Brooklyn get into an argument. Okay. All of the family is getting together, getting ready to go on a vacation together. And while they are doing that, Ben is planning a vow renewal with his wife, Jewel. Okay, the first scene goes into everyone is paired into 3 different cars, with Benji Jr. coming later on because he has a DJ gig for that evening on the same day they are leaving for the trip. Okay, and Ben, meaning Ben the father, in his truck, he has his wife and all of the majority of the luggage from, their children, from what they're planning on taking on the trip. From the family. In Marcus' car, it's his wife, the baby Micah, and Diamond, which is Brooklyn's daughter. Okay. In the third car, we have Brooklyn, Brittany, Cyrene, and Shannara. So each car is going to have their own little talk activity as they're traveling to Tennessee for their little trip. Okay. You have Brittany, Brooklyn, Cyrene, and Shannara. Brittany are pulling out of the driveway, and she's telling Brooklyn to put on her seatbelt. And Brooklyn keeps asking her sister, "Are you worried about me? Are you worried about my safety?" Constantly, antagonizing her. And Brittany say, "No, honey, I just don't want to hear that beeping, that ding noise that the car makes when a passenger doesn't have their seatbelt fitted around them in the proper way." And she said, "That's why I want you to put your seatbelt on." So that's pretty much was it. But I'm sure she's concerned about her sister's safety as well. So we go to Marcus, Tish, baby Micah, and Diamond. And Tish is singing a song to herself, letting her husband chime in about, being happy she's going on vacation to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Baby Micah is asleep doing all of this, and so is Diamond, or it seems such. Then we go to Joel and Ben. They're talking about the family being unified as one, going down the road and going over, and going on vacation. And Big Ben is asking about this his baby boy and when is he coming down. And Joel says, he's coming down tonight sometime. She don't really know for sure to give an itinerary, but he should be there before, I'm guessing, midnight. Okay, we go back to Brooklyn, Cyrene, Brittany, and Shannara. Brooklyn is asking Cyrene and about, asking her about how she's doing, how about school, and the changes from the first year she went down there. How does it differ from, her getting that 1 year in, and is she making friends? You have a boyfriend, this, that, and the other. She goes on to tell her sister, Cyrene, goes on to tell Brooklyn, she's more in tune with everything. She doesn't have those first year jitters or blues. She says she accepts challenges, from her friends as well as her instructors or her professors, far as the work and how she's seeing herself in her studies and how her professors are seeing her as well. So she's pretty much saying, bring on the challenge. I can take it. You know, you're not going to knock me down, this, that, and the other. So she's being very positive with her studies and I guess making friends as well. She goes on to tell him, Brooklyn, she was a virgin when she left from school, but she's not anymore. And Brooklyn wants to know the name of the boy. And Serena's like, she ain't giving out that information. That is not important. Serena's saying the world overboard with their, you know, she's saying her parents went overboard with the parenting skills and sheltering her a lot to the point she felt repressed. I was like, oh my goodness. Then she goes in to say she didn't even know what end was supposed to go where when you're having sex. And I'm like, wait a minute, ain't Sorry, you got too much craziness going on in your head coming out your mouth. Because reproduction system, you didn't learn that in middle school. Yeah, they might was teaching it in elementary school at this time. But damn show was teaching it in high school. So where were you when they were talking about reproduction and how it goes, this, that, and the other? And y'all know, oh, girl, please, I can't take it. Anyway, it's like she's almost having that dumb blonde mentality tease, you know, and I'm like, ugh. Or she, you know, was like social. She said she was socially impaired, and she thought she was going to hell since she had pretty much had her first crack at sex, and you know. She thought my mom and dad scared me so bad. I ain't going to hell, this, that, and that. I was like, I can't take it. She's too much. Okay, too much. So we move on from her, and we go and you know, I was just wondering how these kids was driving too. It kind of made me nervous. You know, it was one point where Brittany, you know, she got a pregnant woman in there with her riding, Shannara, and then she talking about she want to be pregnant one day. And the child was driving with her hands off the steering wheel. I'm like, what? I'm like, baby girl, please put your hands back on the steering wheel and don't be, you know. And then I was thinking, well, maybe she got it on cruise control. But I'm like, honey, put your hands at 9 and 3 or 12 and 6. Okay? And, you know, she just got on my nerve. Then and it looked like she had her seatbelt on properly. I was like, okay, I can't take it. These women are just too much. You know, and then she goes on to say that they're typically stereotyped as pastor kids and they're acting just like it. Her words, not mine. Then we go into Marcus and Tisha's driving, you know, down the road. He going around passing his dad on the freeway and waving at them, taking their eyes off the road. And then again, we have little baby Micah in there. Doesn't seem like Tisha's wearing her seatbelts, and Marcus got his not the way he's supposed to have it because it's supposed to go over the shoulder, across your chest. He had the darn thing look like it was looped behind or something. Then it didn't even seem like Tisha had on a seatbelt nor Diamond, or it wasn't placed properly. I'm like, if you got the belt behind your back area, just because you don't like it in front of you, if an accident were to occur, how was you going to be strapped in? How was you going to have your safety modes going on? I'm like, there's a laws against this, people, and y'all are being taped. If anything came up with an accident, you all would be in fault because y'all are just not paying attention. Oh, that it really irritated me the whole time they were driving down that doggone highway. You know, they talking about they love their children, this, that, and that. And the only person that I can't even say if Mike strapped down right. That just it got on my nerve. But anyway, we go back. They still playing, you know, behind the wheel. Marcus is throwing water through his straw on Diamond. Diamond trying to figure out where the heck is this water coming from. And she knows it's crazy as Marcus. I mean, he don't know. It might be coming from the sunroof, this, that, and the other. Whatever. They could have kept that scene. We go to Brittany, Cyrene, Shannara, and Brooklyn. Brittany is talking to her pumpkin, which is really Shannara. And she goes on to telling her she wants to have a baby. And how does she feel about, you know, her doing that? So Shannara was like, you know, if you want to be a single, you really want to be a single mom, handling all that responsibility? And she says, yes, honey, she can do that. Then she goes on to ask Brittany, is she going to tell the child how they were conceived? And, she said yes. And she like, you're not concerned about kids picking at the child? Uh, Especially not being procreated the way that you normally would do it. You talking about you want to do IVF, you sperm donation from somebody you don't even know. And she's like, I don't know about that. So we go from that scene, we go to Marcus. Marcus telling his wife he wants to have some one-on-one time. He want to have some alone time, and he hopes the family can understand that, so he can just pass his son or their son off to anybody they choose, deemed necessarily worthy to take care of, baby Michael. And she said, oh, you want some time with me? Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. But I'm like, okay, where's your seatbelt at? While all this stuff is going down, where is your seatbelt? But anyway, we move from there. We go to Brooklyn, Shannara, and Cyrene. Brooklyn doesn't like everyone saying they might not be a good idea because of what children may say or have to say of how they were conceived. And Brittany gets mad, saying she's tired of no one taking her side, being there for her about this baby idea. Then Cyrene tells Brittany, do you think this is a good idea? And then Brittany just, very spews off the mouth very angrily. Do you think it was a good idea for you to have sex? And I was like, oh, now see, you can't throw tit for tat. That girl, even though she's she's a young adult, and just because she said that, she said it more so in confidentiality, confidence that y'all wouldn't tell her secret. But then, shoot, she on a doggone reality show where everybody knows, and her parents are definitely gonna know if they don't know after everything gets finished taping. So, it's just really a poor choice for her to give us that information. We didn't need to know that. You know what I'm saying? And then for Brittany, that shows her immaturity when it comes to she talking about, throwing tit for tat and just getting upset. I mean, if you want to have a baby that bad, you don't have to keep. That don't need to be your storyline. It really don't. Have your baby, honey. And if anything come up with your stepmom and your daddy passing out this world, and y'all use up all the inheritance he had for y'all, what you gonna do then? What you gonna do, honey? Did you not see Brooklyn having a hard time struggling, trying to put her life together and trying to keep her baby girl's life together? Honey, I'm like, you depending on too much support, because when it comes down to just you and that child, and you haven't had to provide for that child, so right now you living in pure heaven. I'm pretty sure your daddy is paying the bill over there where y'all are living in that nice house. And then, if anything happens and y'all, he don't want to afford that no more, you still have a house where you can come back and stay with him. So I'm like, ooh, excuse me. You might have didn't have it good when you were young, but now, I mean, come on. You have the world at your feet. Do something positive with your life. You will meet a man if you say you love the Lord the way you love him. Why are you going to try to write your own story into how you're going to have a baby and how you want to see it come out? I'm like, come on, girl. You're too much for me. You're too much. Then Brooklyn, she pretty much feels like how I feel. She can't take it no more. She loses her freaking mind. She just be like, this is pure nonsense what you're talking about having a baby without, the normal way. And, you want us to all support it. You don't have a man in your life. You don't really have a good solidified job of your own to take care of yourself, because right now we're splitting rent. Dad ain't gonna buy each of us a house, which, I don't know why he should. He should. But anyway, with young women just barely, getting together as young as they are, they should be giving their lives together and banking that money. But I tell you, it's too much. But she gave her some solid advice. Meet a man first. Get married. Then, think about having a family. But, excuse me, y'all. Brittany ain't thinking about that. She just want whatever she wants. She's 25 years old. She think all her eggs are getting old. She don't plan on, it ain't no but X amount of men in the world. and this, that, and the other. It's like she's just taking matters in her own hand. I'm like, honey, maybe she's gonna have to be the one to have to learn from her experiences, and hopefully, Ben got her a nice trust fund or whatever. Because I really don't know what she's gonna do. I really don't know. And messing around with Evitro, you might have 2 and 3 kids. So it's so we're gonna move off that. We're gonna go to Ben and Jewel. Ben is still talking about their trip. He's going away from the drama that they left back at the house, but he just don't know, honey. Something is brewing up in his daughters, them car that they're driving down the highway. Well, my goodness, it's 2:44 in the morning, y'all. So please forgive me. But I just wanted to get this episode out to you all. And that's where we're going with it. So, like I said, Brittany and Brooklyn is in that car fussing on poor Cyrene into it and Shannara. And they just couldn't up. So everyone is pulling over to the rest stop to get out and, stretch their legs and whatnot. And then Brittany is telling everybody to get out her car, just get on out, get gone. But especially she just want her sister Brooklyn out of her face, out of her life. She just totally serious. She even turning around trying to push her out the car, y'all. Just trying to push because she can't move fast enough. And so Brooklyn feels some kind of way about being shrugged out like that, and hollered at and this, that, and the other. So while she's pushing her sister out, Brooklyn slashes back at her and try to slap her face or her head, and it end up knocking her shades off. And then she really gets mad then, and Shannara and Cyrene just taking it all in from the back. But they eventually get on out the car, and when Brooklyn finally gets out, she slams the door and locks the door like, you ain't getting back in this car, honey. You got to ride with Dad now because you are not going down the street with me. So we go to Ben and Jewel. They both are getting out their vehicle, all calm and collected. We go to Marcus, Tish, Diamond, and baby Michael. All of them getting out very peaceful and just ready to stretch and see if they can probably use the bathroom or, this, that, and the other. Then you got the girls in Brittany's car are all surprised at Brittany and Brooklyn's attitude towards each other. Child, Brooklyn goes over to her daddy and Jewel and tells them what is going on and that she will not be riding back with her for the rest of the trip. She wants to ride with them. And they were like, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, what are y'all doing? Y'all literally busting down the highway. Y'all could have gotten hurt. This, that, and the other. But he goes over there to Brittany's car and he asking her, to see what's wrong and to get her side of the story. Brittany tells her dad her side of the story. He tells her to not let Brooklyn, dad is trying to tell Brittany not to let Brooklyn ruin her vacation. But she tells her dad Brooklyn is not welcome back in her car. No, sir. Not going to happen. Daddy agrees. And he said, okay, we go to commercial. We come back. Brooklyn are telling both her parents she doesn't want to be a part of the drama with her sister. She's saying what Brittany wants to do is crazy, crazy, crazy. And of course, Ben is in his confessionals and he's like, ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? What the hypocrisy is, this, that, and the other. He's just going out. I'm like, Ben, your daughter's going to see this. You done messed up once again. You're going to be in the doghouse with her. But anyway, we go back to Cyrene, Brittany, and Shannara. Cyrene is asking Brittany as they're rolling down the street. They were up 4, now they down 3. Well, let me see. They were riding with 4, now they ended up with 3. Okay. So, like I said, Cyrene is asking Brittany, why did she get so mad? And she had to know she's going to have other people's opinions and perspectives on the matter, especially when you open up the door. So if you don't like it, why you even say anything about it? Brittany goes on to say she just wants to be understood. And she didn't need everybody telling her their personal opinions and think she's going to follow it. She just wanted people to hear her out. They chose to give their perspective, but it had nothing to do with what her bottom line and her end result was going to be. It wasn't going to change. So we go back to Ben. Ben is telling Brooklyn and, in their car riding down the road about being a hypocrite. And Brooklyn is telling her dad that if Jesus was swinging on her, she would hit him back. or no, I take that back. If people were swinging on Jesus, Jesus would hit them back. And Jules started laughing. So, and basically what she's trying to say, Dad, don't whoop me with the Bible when my sister was physically trying to harm me by putting her hands on me first. So he digressed. So Brittany is still brewing over the fight that her and Brooklyn had it out, plus the fact that she's now calling her sister a bitch, and that she has always been there for her, meaning Brittany's telling her side she's always been there for her sister Brooklyn. So she don't see why Brooklyn is coming with all the hate towards her and the baby blues drama. She disclosed, which, she telling T, such as when Brooklyn went to jail, she bailed her out. When she needed her with help with Diamond, she was there to assist her. Now she feels her sister owes her. Now, I don't know what kind of money Brooklyn is floating with, but I'm pretty sure she got the money from her daddy. So her daddy got her out, not necessarily Brittany. So she says she is only finishing this vacation out for the love of her daddy. This is Brittany talking. Other than that, she would have been back in Nashville, and I was like, please go, go, go. I was really for it. I'm like, honey, you can leave the next day if you choose to, because I thought they were going down there for a week or so, but they was just going down there, looked like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, or it was like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It wasn't like a week's trip, so I guess they just had to giddy up and go because they were fighting at home. Now, who do that? You gonna fight at home, you gonna solve that issue, and you gonna keep it moving, But I don't know the dynamics, and maybe Bravo paid for them to go to, Tennessee. See Ruby Falls and all this other mess. Okay. They finally get to their destination and they pull up to a beautiful log cabin, and everyone disperses from each of their cars or their vehicles, and they take their bags into the house. Of course they're tired. Everyone is loving the cabin though. And then they go around trying to search out what rooms is there, this, that, and the other. But we definitely know Brittany and Brooklyn ain't going to be sharing no room. So the family's free styling once they get in the house. I don't know, maybe it's a traditional ritual thing they do with the song. Everyone goes to their own assigned rooms after they get finished freestyling. Brittany and her daughter is in one room, Ben and his wife Jewel is in another one. Micah, Tisha, and Marcus is in their room. Shannara and Ben Jr. is in their room when he finally comes up. And then I'm guessing Brittany and Cyrene shared a room. So basically they had 5 bedrooms. Then we have Benji. He pulls up in some of the wee hours of the night. And, of course, he can't make too much noise, but he finds a room that he needs to be in. So we go to the next morning. We have Ben Jr., Jewel, and Brooklyn. Somehow they've all showed up in Mama and Dad's little room reserved for themselves. And, what do you call it? One of them expressed that he find out what happened with the sisters on their way down to Tennessee, Chattanooga. He said, yeah, my wife kind of filled me in on that, but y'all need to give me the 411 because she ain't gonna give it to me like y'all give it to me. So that joker just jumped up in their big old bed and in the middle of them trying to get his little take on it and stuff. And then they go and tell him a little bit, and then he like, they ain't gonna run my vacation. They sure ain't. I told my wife, don't let them Brooklyn and Brittany with their mess, their foolishness, ruin her vacation too. So then we go on to Jewel. Jewel is telling them she's going to have to talk with Brittany because what she did and what she is doing it doesn't make sense. And Ben is like, I don't know if you should do that. We supposed to be on vacation. We're supposed to be into all that mess. But anyway, Ben is joking. But he says if she acts up, just leave her in the woods, honey. So she started laughing. Everybody started laughing. So everyone is in the kitchen by this time. They're eating. And Brooklyn and Brittany still are not speaking. However, Mama Jewel talks Brittany into having a one-on-one conversation and a little private walk after she finished eating. And, Brittany agrees to go with her and all that good stuff. So, while both women are going upstairs to get ready for their walk, Ben Sr. gathers the rest of the family while they're in the kitchen together and tells them he wants to redo or renew his vows with his wife Jewel, and he needs their assistance. And he wants his older son Marcus to officiate the ceremony, and he wants his younger son to make sure he DJ, get all the stuff set up so they can have some dancing music and stuff. And the rest of the team, they need to go shopping for their decorations, the food, just the stuff to get everything going and looking nice. So all of them agreed to be on Team Dad, helping him to pull off this event for his wife Jewel, which is their stepmom. So Jewel and Brittany goes out for their walk, and Jewel starts discussing things with Brittany about the past recent events, especially the one between her and her sister, Brooklyn, about the baby issue. She talks about family. It's a blessing, this, that, and the other. She wants the girls to get it together. Brittany says her sister disrespected her, and she's going to disrespect her as many times as possible, point blank and period. She went on to say she can't punish. Wait a minute. She went on to say she can't punish her. She won't get physical with her sister, because if it has to come to blows, then it's gonna come to blows. That's what it is. Jewel wasn't raised like that. She wasn't raised to be having deep arguments with your family members, nor putting hands on each other. But she said that's you. That's your way of growing up. But if I see fit that I need to put hands on my sister Brooklyn, then I shall do so. And she's pretty much saying she don't want to talk about it no more, because she want to be mad at this time, and that's where she's gonna be until she feels she wants to come out of her funk and move. So it kind of like shook and gave Jewel, some uneasy feelings about her, because she felt that she shouldn't be hanging all this anger over some baby, that's not there, and a baby she's trying to have at 25 and don't even have prospects of a husband, nor let alone a boyfriend. I mean, really? So the family are all going zip lining, and Benjamin Jr. and his wife Shania has to stay there because she is in her last trimester, and she can't be doing all those things, and she really don't even feel like walking too much either. So I'm pretty much like, why did you come? You should have stayed at home, boo. But anyway, she stayed behind with her husband Benji, and they just catching up on some needed rest and whatnot, because it wasn't a safe type of trip for her to be on anyway. So the rest of the crew left, and they went on about their business. Okay, we have Marcus, Tisha, baby Michael, Cyrene, and Brooklyn. They are all riding in her car, and they are driving to Ruby Falls. And Brittany is talking things over on that what happened, other events that transpired on that previous day with Cyrene. She's saying neither one of them have spoken to each other since that event. So Cyrene's not really liking that part, but everybody's taking their turns and trying to enjoy themselves on their little enjoyment of vacationing together. Jules Cyrene riding outside on a scooter, Ben Senior riding his bike around the house, outside of the house. Oh, it kind of like had a circle kind of deck where you could do that type of activity. Then you have Marcus that's making a compassion. I'm sorry, Marcus is making a comparison between the two sisters, which is on point. Brittany wants everyone to take her serious about having a baby, like Brooklyn wants everyone to take her serious about her singing career or anything she's being invested in as far as entrepreneurship, or like she wants to start a music career, and she didn't want anybody joking about that. So he made a very good comparison, like I said, between the two dynamics. It's just you need mutual respect. It may sound foolish and unworthy to be trying to partake of, but if that person wants to do it, life is a very good teacher. They're going to get their experience and their hard knocks from life, because life is going to knock them on their ass, and they're going to need somebody to pick them up. But hopefully they'll learn from that particular situation and they won't want to do it again. But Brittany trying to mess around with that in vitro simulation, then she might come up, like I said, with 3 different kids. Well, same, sperm don't count, but it could duplicate itself or triplicate itself. So, why would you want to go through that, So, we go back to Brooklyn and Ben and Jewel. Uh, Brooklyn is telling her parents about the singing, listening party she's getting together. They're all at Ruby Falls, and they've pretty much done everything. So they're pretty much like at the mountain, looking at the little telescope or kind of scope that you can see through a lens, and it can make the picture seem far away or bring it up close to you, I believe. And Ben is saying he's going to give her support. Jules saying the same thing. Even Marcus chimed in. And for some reason, Brittany didn't like what was transpiring between them and Brooklyn, because she's even referred to, she's still her baby. She's still her daddy's favorite child. So, all this little stuff just adds up to her maturity level, that she's not ready. She's definitely not ready. It's not something you can give back if you finish playing with it, or you want to trade it in for something else. When it gets old and dull and you don't want to be bothered with it no more. This is a human being, living, talking, breathing, all of that. And you just don't give things up like that when you get tired of, being around them. So, I just tell you, I don't know. Brittany's crazy in my eyes. She needs help. Her daddy needs to really sit down and keep her off film. Because, I mean, she is 25. She's a young adult. But just her whole demeanor with what she's saying is just not, it's just not right biblically, and it's not right mentally. So, I don't know. I really don't know. So, just even what she said about she being her daddy's favorite, and you just can't have favorites. You gotta love your children equally. That's period. You might like certain attributes about their personality that makes them stand out from the next child, but her whole ideal in her head that she's the favorite child. I mean, woo, Ben need to take therapy. But anyway, the kids and Ben are getting things ready for the vow renewal that is happening at the next at nighttime, which is a nice dinner, and everyone is dressed up appropriately. So Jewel and Ben, Jewel is telling Ben about her discussion with Brittany. They're up in his bedroom or their bedroom, and she didn't receive all of what she was saying. Brittany told her she wants to be mad still at her sister, and that's it. Ben tells Jewel that it's fine. Everyone needs to try and enjoy themselves, because when Brittany is mad, she holds grudges. She holds on to it, okay, until she feels she needs to let it go. And he ain't finna get into it. He's just not. He's gonna let her play it out. He told Jewel she's done enough. Let the scenario play itself out, and it is what it is. So Jewel comes down to a beautiful proposal from her husband and a simple but elegant family wedding reception. Cyrene has a couple. Well, Cyrene has a car, because after that transpired, it was a lovely night. After that, in the morning time came, and the morning came, and it was time for everybody to go home. And Ben has arrived for his youngest daughter, Cyrene, to go back to school via private car. And, she's really excited about that. But she's like bittersweet. What she thought was going to turn into another overbearing type of situation, she actually enjoyed herself. And she let herself go a little bit. She had some deep conversations with her sister-in-law, about social issues. Have sex, don't have sex. Will the Lord punish you? Can condemnation follow you for that one sin? Just the whole dynamics of sister sharing and trying to find out another sister's demeanor when it comes to a certain subject. It was a beautiful scene. They all expressed themselves to what they needed to say. And she really enjoyed herself. So that was a good step. And I can say Serene get the most improvement award, because Lord knows, maybe she was somebody got her my videos. Or maybe she was just getting a lot of backlash on her Twitter account, or how you call in, or you get on a link that would express your feelings towards certain characters and their behavior on screen. So maybe, I don't know, she might have got a little bad press here and there. and now they trying to change what she says on camera. So I was very surprised. I mean, very well pleased that she was acting her age in a sense, and she was acting appropriate to her parents. So that was definitely a good one that I got out of this episode. The only person that was acting a nut and was similar to Cyrene's type of privileged feeling that she had in the previous episode. She didn't express that in this episode, and I was pleased, like I said. But now it's like the tables don't turn. You got Brittany acting crazy and privileged and this, that, and the other, and I'm just, we're not going to go there. But anyway, after Serene leaves, the family has a private, meeting prior to going home, meaning to leave all their stuff at the cabin. They're talking about love, forgiveness, and family. Those are the three elements to succeeding in today's society. And you have to wear it like a coat of armor. And Brittany is still holding on to grudges. Brooklyn makes a heartfelt speech to her in front of her family, to her sister, to let them know how much she cares about her. And, whatever issues they had, let's leave them there and let's try to move on. They're going to have arguments. They're going to have disagreements. They're going to learn how to agree to disagree on a particular subject and let it just rest there, and, they haven't found that chemistry yet to come to that type of mature decision and keep it moving. So, she thought she put it out there that it would be received well, but everybody kind of figured, no, it fell on deaf ears. When that little crazy woman called Brittany gets over her feelings, then maybe they can have a conversation. But I'm pretty sure Brooklyn rode with her daddy back home. And it was just ills what it was, guys. I'm telling you, she probably rode by herself because Shania, of course, was going to ride with her husband. So she might have just pretty much had Diamond ride with her, maybe. I'm not really sure. But anyway, I felt it was a pretty good episode. And you guys, that was the Tankard family, Thicker Than Water. Oops, I'm trying to find. It was season. Sorry, guys. It was episode 7, season 3. Love, Marriage, and Madness was the episode and the title of this particular showing of events on that particular show. So again, check back with me next week for the next episode they'll be airing, and we'll see what was received and what wasn't received from this episode. Okay, God bless y'all. Take care, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.